What is going on, Niner fans? 2 days in a row, we're firing coaches and making some headway towards the 2025 season. This offseason is already incredible, unbelievable so far. What is going on, everybody out in YouTube? Yes, your boy Raj. We're here live. The 49ers have let Nick Sorenson be relieved of his defensive coordinator duties. He's been fired. You're fired. You fired Nick Sorenson from being a defense coordinator. But here is the kicker. The 49ers want to keep him on the staff if he wants to stay. Like, he's going to get demoted, and the 49ers are saying, we don't want you to do this job, but we still want you to be on the team. So he might not be gone. Like I normally would say, he gone, but he might not be gone. So right now, the 49ers are saying, you're not going to be the defensive coordinator. I was reading some posts. Tim Kawakami says he just wasn't prepared. He wasn't ready for this job. We obviously knew that. You could tell he was not ready for this job. The lights were too bright. The stage was too big. Nick Sorenson, he got on from DC, but they might retain him. And now this is the crazy twist to the story. Matt Barrows has tweeted out that, Brian Schneider, we know he got fired from the special teams coordinator. They like Nick Sorenson. He's been a special team guy. He used to be a special teams coach. They might make Nick Sorenson the special teams coordinator. Can you believe it? Can you believe it? Kyle's crazy if he does that. I kind of just want to wipe the hand of all those guys. Just be gone. Be gone. Thought be gone. Be gone with that, But we'll see what happens tomorrow. Kyle Shanahan and John Lynch are going to address the media. Off season is off to a doozy right now. A doozy. You got to remember, Nick Sorenson was the Jaguars special teams coordinator back in 2021. He's got experience. So maybe Kyle says, you know what? You're not a good defensive coordinator. You can be our special teams coordinator. And then that is the question, who becomes the defensive coordinator? They've had many defense coordinators over the last couple of years. Robert Saleh, D'Amico Ryans, Steve Wilks, Nick Sorenson. And now who's next? Who is next on the list? Gerard Mayo, he's available. You got Antonio Pierce. You got Jeff Ulbrich might be available. They're taking coaching jobs out there in the jet land. Maybe you bring Ulbrich back. They wanted him before. I don't know. We'll see. They might promote Brandon Staley. All options are out there. Gus Bradley. I don't know. There's a lot of options, ladies and gentlemen, and we're going to find out. Woo. Maybe, I don't know, Richard Sherman. There's so many options. Gerard Mayo, he'd be a good option, right? He's a good defensive coach. He's not a good head coach, but he might be a good defense coordinator. This is maybe Rex Ryan. Maybe if he doesn't get that head coach job out in New York, make him your defense coordinator. I don't know. This is exciting, life of Aiden. This is absolutely exciting. This has been a great offseason so far. You get rid of the guy that we all wanted to get rid of twice now. Brian Schneider, he gone. And then you fired Nick Sorenson from being the DC. And now we're talking. Now we're talking. Who are we going to get? What are the better coaches? Let's get some help. Let's fix this team. Let's go win a Super Bowl. Unbelievable, man. I got the chat saying Antonio Pierce or Gerard Mayo out here on YouTube. We got people saying, Sherman, my boy, no chill. He said nice try. No, my boy knows Sherman. That's his dog. Yo, DZ, go hit up Sherman tonight. Go hit up Sherman and say, slide to the Bay, become the DC. I'm telling you, go. You can convince him. My boy can convince him over here on the Instagram chat. We'll see. Maybe. That would be nice. I love Richard. But let's be realistic. I think the realistic options are Robert Saleh, Gerard Mayo, Jeff Ulbrich, Antonio Pierce. I think those are like the real names I feel like that are available. But we don't know. There could be other people. Brandon Staley, you still got to throw him out there. I know he was the assistant defense coordinator. Still an option. I don't know. This is kind of crazy. This is exciting. Tomorrow we're going to find out. 11:30 a.m. Pacific time. And we're going to hear Kyle Shanahan and John Lynch let us know. Man. Pete Carroll. Oh, that's a name. Pete Carroll. Dave Merritt from Kansas City. Let's go. Dennis Allen. We got throwback dropping Dennis Allen. There's a lot of good opportunities for a lot of coaches. This is like a money-making move for the 49ers. They desperately need a leader, a great defensive coordinator for this team. And I feel like last year they dropped the ball. They got rid of Wilks. Wilks wasn't bad, actually. He just wasn't good enough, right? And Kyle says, screw it. You're the scapegoat. He got rid of him. Defense has really regressed. And Nick Sorenson just wasn't good. If Steve Wilkes, who had over 20 years of coaching experience, was let go for a guy that never was a defense coordinator, it was just a bad move from the start. It was an absolutely terrible move from the jump, guys. And now the 49ers have a clean slate. They can get a guy that has great experience, a good coach, because the Niners need a powerful defensive coordinator. You don't just go get any geek off the street. So I think this is a huge, huge power move for the 49ers to go and solidify this defensive coordinator room. This is big. If you want to win a Super Bowl, you need to get a really strong defensive coach, because defense wins championships. And, you got great players. You got Nick Bosa and, Fred Warner. We keep sitting here saying this every single year. Oh, we got dogs. We got Renardo Greed. We got Dion Leno. We sit here and say the same thing every year, but we're wondering why we can't make it to the Super Bowl. We just need that stability on the defensive side of the ball. And, we had Salah, great. He got his chance and he left for a coaching job. D'Amico, it's amazing. But at some point, you need a guy that's just established that could come in and all he wants to do is be your DC, man. We'll see. You could also, a guy that we didn't even throw out in the mentions yet, and I know he said no before, Chris Kasurik. That's a name to consider. I know in the past he hasn't want to be the defensive coordinator. It's still a name, and you got to throw it out there. I'm sure Kyle will talk to him because he knows the defense. He's been on this team for years. He's a great defensive line coach. Maybe he finally wants to take that leap. I know in the past he said no, but it's a name to consider. It's a name to consider. My man Deezy says, praying for a good offseason with our strength of schedule. We must take advantage. Absolutely. Absolutely. Stay healthy. And this is an absolute great 2025 start. The year is starting off great. We got rid of the problems so far. It looks like they're trying to fix this team and move in the right direction. But the other thing is they have an easy schedule. They have to take advantage of this. The Super Bowl is in Levi Stadium next year. I know my boy over there wants to go to the stadium and watch the Super Bowl with the Niners in it. I know everybody here wants to see the 49ers in Super Bowl, but it starts with this offseason. They have to really get the right pieces, and it really starts with the coaches. You got to get your coaching staff before you get your players, because they need to be able to come in and tell Kyle and Lynch and say, these are the players we want. These are the guys we need in free agency. This is the blueprint where we want to kind of utilize for our defense and our playbook, et cetera, et cetera. Like, this is very important time right now. The 49ers coaching staff has to come together, figure out their plan for 2025 and attack it, because then free agency comes. You know what guys you want to get the draft. You know what guys you want to get because you're scouting. You need to get all these coaches in first. And so far, I think we're off to a good start by getting rid of the problems. But now the next step is getting the right guys. The 49ers did not get the right guys with Schneider and Sorensen. So this is important. You got to get the right guys. Let's see. Their team needs to be careful not to downplay the competition. Absolutely. We'll see. And 49ers have a lot of questions on the roster. We know Dre Greenlaw, there's a lot of controversy surrounding his name. His, Sydney Warner and his wife or his fiance been posting these tweets or these videos on TikTok and Instagram saying they don't know if Dre's going to be back. It's like maybe a farewell. Hopefully it's not. Like, they're sad. It's the end of the season. They get emotional. The wives and the girlfriends, they love these, each other, and they love hanging out, and they don't know if their significant other that plays on the team is going to be back with the Niners in free agency. Every year there's an uncertainty, and we all love Dre Greenlaw, but there is a reality where Dre Greenlaw might not come back. He might be gone. We don't want that as fans, but a new defensive coordinator might come in and he might have the guys he wants in his mind, so you got to be prepared for anything. It's going to be a wild offseason, ladies and gentlemen. Mooney Ward, yeah, he's probably gone. But, with his trauma and everything and the PTSD that he's talked about is, warranted. He has a lot of bad memories, he said, coming out here and, coming to California. So, with everything that happened to him, Mooney Ward's probably out. And I'm not going to be mad at him, or I'm not going to blame him. And, 49ers do have some good young talent. Lenore got his contract extension. You got Renardo Green, who's an absolute clamp champ. We saw the stats. He had set the 49ers franchise record in pass breakups. This guy is going to be unbelievable. Pass breakups by a rookie defender. Sorry, let me clarify it. This guy was sticky this year. Man coverage, monster. I love it. So We'll see. Oh, man. You guys, how are we feeling about the firing? How are we feeling? So far, we fired Brian Schneider and Nick Sorenson back-to-back nights. Nighttime. Now, this is crazy. I get home, I'm like, oh, it's nighttime. Who are we firing before bedtime? You know, can you imagine you're like Brian Schneider or any of these coaches for that matter, you know, Nick Sorenson. And, you know, most of these teams, the Niners are kind of cold-blooded with it because most of these teams you wake up, it's like 5 a.m., 6 a.m. for the West Coast, but it's like 8 a.m., 9 a.m. Like that's when you're going to start your job, but you're getting called in the morning like, hey, you're not coming back, you know, or maybe they tell you at night and they can announce it in the morning. Like these teams, most teams announce this stuff early in the day. You know, your day's done. Niners are like, fuck it. We're going to let them go through the whole day, go get their food, go do their errands, do whatever they got to do. And then, oh, by the way, you're about to go to bed. Let me tell you something. You are fired. I love it. Kyle Shanahan's kind of crazy for that. But last night, bro, it's like 10 o'clock at night. Boom. Brian Schneider, you're fired. Tonight, what is it, like 7 o'clock p.m.? You know, it's past dinner time. People are probably getting ready to, you know, relax, wind down for the night. Oh, you're fired, Nick Sorenson. Savage. Savage, man. It's kind of crazy. Crazy. 2 dubs for the offseason. It's been so far two dubs. And I know a lot of people yesterday were like, oh, well, you can't make, you know, you can't be too happy. These guys have lives and jobs. Their dads, their fault. I get it. I would hate to lose my job, but they were not good at their job. If you're not good at your job, you got to go. They got to move on to the next one. And this is professional sports. These guys get paid hundreds of thousands of millions of dollars. It's a lot of big money. I'm sure they're going to be okay financially because they got a lot of money for what they've done, you know? So the Niners got to move on. You can't just, you know, there's no hard feelings. It's the NFL. It's a business. I don't feel sorry for any of those damn coaches because they sucked and our season was not good and they were a big part of it. You know, it wasn't just one issue. Defense definitely was an issue. Special teams definitely was an issue. Special teams was it was probably the worst in the league. How many times did like bad kickoffs, missed kicks, bad tackles, fumbles, just bad mistakes on special teams cost us the game? Same thing with, you know, defense. How many times did we miss tackles? How many times did they just not get turnovers that they could have done and just let teams score all over, run all over them? The run defense was so abysmal. And there were some decent points, but there was like no pass rush. There was no pass rush for many points of the season. So Niners had to do what they had to do. Oh, man. They got good money from scamming this team. Can't feel sorry, says David. There you go, 100. Not probably. It literally was ranked 32 in the league, says Cam. Yeah, the 32nd ranked special teams. That is last, and that's terrible. That's absolutely diabolical, man. And Kay says Schneider was a big part of drafting Moody in the 3rd round. Should tell you something. Yeah, you know, I saw that. I think Lombardi tweeted this last night saying how, or I don't know if it was Lombardi or Nick Wagner. I can't remember who tweeted it, but I know last night there was news when Schneider was fired. Then they were saying that he was a pivotal part of bringing in Jake Moody. Like he was the one that set up the workout to look at Jake Moody and convinced everybody to go and draft him. Schneider, if that doesn't tell you everything you need to know, I don't know what does. This guy was a bad special teams coach. He had to fix it. They had to fix it. I mean, there's definitely players that are at fault too, but he was not a good coordinator, and you got to get players and coaches that are on the same level, same unit. So, whew, it was Lombardi. Okay, appreciate you. Salah back to the Niners. I would love it. He got, you know, the thing with Robert Salah, though, he did get an interview for the Jaguars head coaching job. I could see him going to the Jaguars and taking that job. This is what people may not remember about Robert Salah. He coached with the Jaguars many years ago. He was like a defensive quality control coach. I think a linebackers coach at some point as well. But he has history of coaching the Jaguars. I would not be surprised if Robert Salah gets selected as the head coach of the Jaguars. So I'm just throwing that out there. I would love to get Robert Salah back with the 49ers. But obviously, if he gets a head coaching opportunity, you take it, man. I got nothing but love for Robert Salah, man. Big Bob is a dog. And if he gets a head coaching job, much love, much respect to the dog, man. Yeah, I know what I'm talking about. Robert Salah will not get a head coaching job. We'll see. We'll see. We'll see. He was there under Gus Bradley. Yeah, there's some really good coaches available out there. Coach Prime. I don't think we're getting Coach Prime. Come on now. Coach Prime might go to the Raiders so he can go draft Shador. That's my take. Coach Prime going to the Raiders. Vegas, the market is insane. He goes and gets Shador because he's going to tell Shador where he's going. He's not going to let him go to Tennessee or nothing. Russell says maybe Sorensen is moving to coach special teams. We talked about that. Yes, that is one of the big rumors at this point. I'm going to say it's a rumor or one of the theories. Matt Barrows said this, that he believes that Nick Sorensen could be the guy that takes that defensive coordinator or special teams coordinator role because they, got rid of Schneider, and Nick Sorensen has been a special teams coordinator in the past. This is what really irritates me about Nick Sorensen hiring. Like, we all knew it was a bad hire. Like, you wanted to hire within. They should have made him the special teams coordinator. Like, that's what his promotion should have been. It should have been, boom, let's be the special teams coordinator. Let's be the special teams coordinator, because he was not, he never really had high experience coaching, especially defense. He's a special teams guy, and you made him the defensive coordinator because you liked him, whatever. He was an inside hire. Maybe he interviewed well. I don't know, whatever he did for Kyle. But this is crazy. Maybe Kyle said, listen, I'm going to hire this guy. And maybe in his mind, he was like, ooh, if we have a bad season, we can just blame it on Sorensen because inexperienced DC. That's one theory I had. But the other theory is, why the hell did you not make him the special teams coordinator? Maybe he couldn't figure out or find a guy that really wanted to be the defense coordinator last year, so he panicked. And I know he likes Brandon Staley, but if he would have had Brandon Staley as the head or the DC last year, we would have been, people would have went crazy. Media would have ate him up, because Brandon Staley was coming off a horrible job with the Chargers as head coach. So he brought him in, but not as DC. Oh, the assistant to the DC. So it's a weird situation all around. Nick Sorensen, maybe he's special teams coordinator, but I don't want him on this team. Get him out of here. Whew. Anyways, I'm going to be live with Larry Krueger in just about 10 minutes. So I'm going to wrap this up here. Got a couple of questions. Nathan says Nick Sorensen will stay on for a different role on the team. That's what they're hoping. That's what Matt Barrows tweeted out and Matt Mayoko tweeted out. They're hoping that Nick Sorensen stays and sticks around, but it's kind of crazy to think that you get demoted and you're going to stay on the team. If I'm Nick Sorensen, I'm like, all right, man, I'm out. You fired me, I'm out. But the 49ers think he's going to stick around, and then he would take maybe the special teams coordinator. That would be so awkward. Imagine staying on the team. First day back, you walk through those doors and you got like demoted. I don't need it. I don't want it to happen. Get him off the team. We don't need awkwardness. We don't need the drama. Only guy I want back is Robert Salah. Let's go. Have him move on. Absolutely. Are they getting rid of Staley too? They haven't said yet. Tomorrow, Kyle and John talk to the media, but if they haven't yet, I don't think they will. That would be weird. Absolutely, Ian. He has nowhere else to go. Well, guess what? He gone. Get out of here. Liam says, thank you for all you do. I know you have your own life, but this is what truly brings fans together with what you do. Appreciate you, man. I love that. I love that positivity. And I'm excited for the season, but I appreciate everybody that supports this page and all my channels, man. It's fun, and you know what? Honestly, that's a good way to put it, Liam, that we all come together, as fans, whether you hate what I'm talking about, whether you hate my face, whether you love the content, whatever it is, you follow me because you want the news. And we're all here, we're all together, and we're all talking about it. You can voice your opinion, and I'm not going to hate on you if you voice your opinion, unless you tell me I'm a suck ass or whatever. Suck ass, eat. You can call me names, and it kind of might hurt me, but at the same time, we're all here to discuss the Niners, and that's why we do this. So appreciate you, man. Appreciate the comment. Let's see. How many teams are lined up to interview Sorensen? Let me count on my fingers how many teams are probably going to line up to hire Sorensen. I got no fingers up. I got no fingers up. Nobody. Nobody is going to hire Nick Sorenson, ladies and gentlemen. Nobody's hiring. Nobody's hiring out. Nobody. You think his phone? Oh, this is Nick Sorenson's phone right now. This is We're gonna. I'm gonna do a little recap of Sorenson before I jump to Larry. Oh, he got it. Oh, Kyle's calling me, and John Lynch. Oh, three-way call, party line call. Oh, I'm gonna put on speaker. Hi, John. Hi, Kyle. How's it going? You want to talk to me about what? Am I getting more money? You guys giving me a raise after the great job? Oh, I'm being demoted. So am I gone with the team? Oh, you want me to stay with the team? Is that kind of you want me to stay with the team? Hold up. Let me check my messages, see if I got any job offers. Yeah, I guess I could stay with the team. I don't have any offers yet. My phone must be glitching, though. I would expect some offers. Hold, let me refresh. There's no offers. Okay, thanks, guys. Hey, honey, I got fired from the defensive coordinator position. No, but it's okay. They want me to stay with I'm going to stay with the team. No, honey. No, don't leave. Don't. You're leaving with Robert Salah? Oh, fuck my life. Ladies and gentlemen, have a great night. Nick Sorenson, he got from the DC position. Y'all have a blessed night. I'm going on with Larry Krueger in 10 minutes. I love y'all, man. Take care. Stay blessed. He got, baby.